And in crypto writ large, it's the most important technology out there to update the financial system, right? We've seen that 67% of Americans think that the financial system is in need of a major update. Crypto is the best opportunity to do that. So yes, we're going to have decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. We're going to have things like Ethereum that are building new application platforms on top that are totally decentralized. But if we need to get people, sometimes you have to meet people where they are, right? And so if they want to use US dollars for now, but if we need to get people, sometimes you have to meet people where they are, right? And so if they want to use US dollars for now, that's great. We have now US dollars running on crypto rails that are more efficient, more global. They allow you to do cross-border transactions or send small amounts to people no matter what country they're in. So these things are all going to help the crypto ecosystem grow and get to that decentralized vision.
I think you put out a tweet recently. I really liked it. You said bear markets are the best time for building. So what else are you building at Coinbase?
Yeah.
What should an investor expect to come up on the platform a year from now?
Yeah, well, I don't want to pre-announce anything here, but a couple big ones we've talked about recently. So we launched Base, which is our layer 2 solution that's helping blockchains scale. We need to get the costs down, the confirmation times down to be really competitive. And payments flow to the path of least resistance. The less friction you can make, the more payments there will be. We've also been investing a lot in our derivatives platform. So I mentioned that internationally, and then in the U.S. as well. So we'll keep pushing on a few of those. I also put out a blog post talking about some of the future ideas on the horizon, and a number of our venture investments might go into things like that. But I talked about flat coins, which is kind of the next iteration of stable coins that's more maybe linked to CPI or purchasing power. I talked about
Flatcoin.
Yeah, Flatcoin is.
Where is that? Is that just only now developing? I've never heard of Flatcoin.
Yeah, it's a new thing on the horizon. There's a couple teams working on it. We're not building something in that realm yet, but we're interested in it. And how could decentralized reputation protocols work? Or in online games, people now want to own their in-game items, in online games, people now want to own their in-game items, and how could network states be governed? And so there's lots of cool ideas. I put out a blog post and tweet about that too.
Ooh, what is good, y'all? What is good? Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode of ShookFocuz. And today we got some firecracker content, bro. Man, I'm geeked. It's been so long since I made a video over here. Man, I am geeked. I've been being lazy with my content creation lately, man. I've been hanging out over there on the gaming channel. Matter of fact, I wasn't planning on making this video tonight. I was actually supposed to be writing a review for that old demonic game I've been playing over there, but it's funny how you find anything else to do, right? Oh man. Before we get into the content today, you got any updates? Oh, the swag update. Working on some new swag. I know the website looks bad right now, but that's what I'm trying to get some new swag perfected first. This is something I'm still working on. It's not ready for final print yet. A couple adjustments I want to make to how the logo shows up in the chest area here. Let me just give y'all a little sneak peek, man. So this is the mint colorway. Use your brain, get some VeChain. Hashtag not financial advice. So y'all know how I be working. So working on getting the swag updated, and then I'll work on getting the website fixed up. I'll probably make a community post once the website is back up to standard. Patreon updates got missed last month, but most of what's in there is under the free tier anyway, so not really missing out on anything outside of the newsletter. What else do we have for updates? I think that's about it, man. Again, I hope y'all paid attention to that intro, man. And so without further ado, I can't give you financial advice. I'm just here to bring the news. Let's get it. That's right. If you've been rocking with the kid for a minute, you already knew where we was going with this one. You already knew. Aleph.IM, right? Anytime we talking about owning your in-game items, and we got this top 10 over here that we got, we gonna start talking about Aleph.IM. Excuse me. If you're new to the channel and you're not real familiar with this project, we can't possibly scope this whole project tonight, but head on over to the channel, youtube.com/ShookFocuz, and check out the Aleph.IM video series, right? This is Aleph.IM, newly renamed Aleph.IM Network. Aleph.IM Network, rightfully so. That's basically what they are at this point. So again, check out over there if you need to get caught up to speed. We're gonna go ahead. This video is going to get long, so if you ain't got a ton of time right now, probably plan on coming back and watching the rest of it a little bit later. But I am gonna cut out some stuff just so that we can get to the meat of it, of what I'm trying to get across here. So over here on their Twitter page, this is their October recap. So let's go ahead and scroll through here. So they got updates. They got updates 1 through 7 here. Right, they talked about, they went to a couple of different events. They made some UI changes to the dashboard. Some more patch releases for the core channel node software. And then we have, they've got a VM going, a new version of the VM. And then update 5 is what we care the most about today. The Blockchain Gaming Alliance at B Game Alliance magazine, who I just started following today because this is some heat. This is some heat. So Aleph's decentralized cloud was featured in the latest edition of the Blockchain Game Alliance magazine. And I'm going to show y'all why that's so important. So update number 6 was just Mosh giving us an answer targeted at some of the use cases for Aleph. A lot of folks are looking at Aleph as just an NFT mover, when in fact it's like the possibilities are so much deeper than that, right? I challenge you to go back and look at some of those other videos if you want to pull out more use cases than we covered today, but I'm not going to actually play that video because it's got some music in it, and I've discovered on this channel that if I even have 2 seconds of music that I don't know where it came from, I'm probably going to end up with a copyright. So I'm not going to play that. Head on over to Twitter if you want to check that out. So let's talk about what I did here. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I did. Y'all know we don't hide nothing over here. We just do research. That's why the videos get a little bit long. So head on over to the Blockchain Game Alliance Twitter page. Right, I went ahead and gave them a follow. But you can open this up here. This is a copy of one of the magazines, so you can read their latest Games Beat magazine. So we'll go ahead and open that up, but before doing that, I wanted to see, I was like, what is the Blockchain Gaming Alliance, and why should I care that y'all are even featured in their magazine? Why should I care, right? So oops, if I can type tonight. So go ahead and click on that, open this up. Boom, Blockchain Game Alliance, right? Make sure we're looking at the right thing. We at least got the logo, that's the same. blockchaingamealliance.org. That's where we at. So we know we're in the right place. This is where you find out why it matters that they was featured in that magazine. Come here and just scroll a little bit, and you will get to the sponsors. Pause. I want to stop right there. They got AMD. Do you not know what AMD is to gaming? I'm gonna let you go look at who's who's making money off of computer parts right now. I'm sure you'll find AMD at the center of it, making noise for PC gaming right now. It has been for years, for that matter. Ubisoft, right? First off, AWS for games, right? We know what kind of weight Amazon is holding in the game. Not so much in the gaming industry, but we know Amazon's weight in general. Then you got Ubisoft, and it's pretty much becoming like a wherever we see a left, we see Ubisoft, and wherever we see Ubisoft, we see a left. At least when it comes to the blockchain gaming space. So that bet is becoming safer and safer and safer in my view. And then we got Square Enix. Oh my god, we got Square Enix, y'all. Oh man, can I paint? Can I paint real quick? Let me try to paint real quick. So Square Enix, for the gamers out there, maybe that's what I'll title this video. For the gamers. This one's for the gamers. But anyway, for the gamers out there, Square Enix, what is a very popular title that they just worked on, right? It didn't do as well as they wanted it to do, right? But they hyped it up a lot. What was a very popular title that they just recently got done with? That's right, Avengers, right? And why is Avengers important? Why is Avengers important? Who owns most of the rights to these Avengers and comic book characters now? Who's amassing all of their rights? That's right, Disney. What has Disney been talking about lately? That's right, NFTs. What are we talking about? In-game NFT management. Are you following? We got the sandbox listed here. Dap Radar is one that was unfamiliar to me, but I just started looking into it. Looks like it sounds a lot like, it reminds me a lot of, I think of like Dapper Labs, but that's different. So those are different. Don't confuse those two. What else we got here? PWC. Man, PricewaterhouseCoopers. We got money. I believe that's right. PricewaterhouseCoopers. I think that's what it's called, or something. Waterhouse-Coopers, something. A bank. We got banks moving in here. Animoca Brands. Wow, I missed that the first time I came through here. We've seen Horizon in a couple of different places in the blockchain gaming space now. Algorand. We talked about Algorand. We talked a lot about Algorand. Didn't do that many videos on it, but the video that we did do on it, we talked about some Algorand, for sure. Man. So that's why being featured in this Blockchain Gaming Alliance magazine holds a little bit of weight. Look at the players behind it, y'all. Come on now, this is serious. Near starting to pop up everywhere too. Gonna have to dig into that. EOS network. I missed EOS. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oof. Telling y'all, this project, they showing up. We're just gonna leave that there. They showing up. They showing up. We're starting to see a circle of friends, right? I hope y'all was paying attention to that intro. All right, so let's get a little bit into this magazine. Excuse me, let me get some water real quick. Let's get a little bit into this magazine. As I said, this video is going to get a little long, going to get a little lengthy, but I'm sorry, we do research over here. We gotta do research over here. If I'm gonna say it, we're gonna go find it, right? I like to find receipts for stuff. I don't like to just see one thing and be like, oh yeah, I like to try to find receipts. First off, look at this. Don't she look like she wearing the daggone Professor Xavier helmet here? That's bonkers. I didn't even catch that the first time I looked. Right? And looking out into the world. Ooh, y'all. Come on now, immersive. Come on, y'all. Alright, let's go ahead and click through this. So we're not gonna read every page out of this magazine, but we are gonna read a couple of them. So the first one that we're gonna check out is the one that, so they got a nice little table of contents here. Alright, 16 pages. We are going to cover a lot of it, but we aren't going to read every single line. Even the pages that we do read, we may not read every single line of them, but we're going to get enough to get our context out here to paint this thought. So, BGA, working toward our mission. So let's go ahead and read a little bit about this, right? Talk a little bit about the Blockchain Gaming Alliance. That's kind of what we're here to find out, a large piece of what we're here to find out. And let's get it. Since its inception in 2018, the Blockchain Game Alliance, the BGA, has become a leading voice in the Web3 gaming sector with a mission to revolutionize the gaming industry with the power of blockchain technology. As a dynamic network of global industry experts, BGA aims to increase awareness, educate, and promote the possibilities of blockchain gaming through collaboration, events, and practical information. Founded in 2018, over 500 members across 50 different countries. Global. Conferences, panel discussions, and events. BGA attends the leading industry events to raise awareness of our work to promote blockchain technology for gaming, give the visibility to our members, and join panel discussions on related topics through our presence at the booth, side events, and panel discussions at select conferences such as Gamescom, Token 2049, and Tokyo Game Show, where invite BGA members to demo their games and projects. It's written a little weird there. Next stop, GamesBeat, right? This is GamesBeat magazine. You can connect with our Director of Global Development, Flavian DeFrere, I definitely said that wrong, to learn more about the BGA's network opportunities and activities. So they've got some online events. BGA hosts monthly live streams to discuss blockchain gaming and showcase our members' projects, and live demo days and new member presentations. These sessions give members the opportunity to discuss advancements in technology, share what they're working on, and collaborate with other members of the Alliance. This month, they've introduced new BGA members: PwC, Decap Limited, Flying Cactus Limited, Firebond, Gecko, Web3 No-Re, Engines of Fury, Polymos, and Azarus. Content publishing, they cover topics to raise awareness and promote the benefits of blockchain gaming and solutions many of its members offer. In addition, we conduct an annual report gathering data from our members and professionals in the blockchain gaming industry to analyze the industry. So they are getting the data. So when you play a lot of these games, they be like, "Hey, can we share your data?" You sharing your data. Oh man. Let's go ahead and get into a couple more of these things here. So the IP opportunity in video games. So this is one that I liked. This one is kind of a short read, but it's one of the 3 or 4 pages that we're gonna read through. But let's just go ahead and look at this, and let's talk about kind of what they're gearing towards here. The video game industry has grown dramatically in the past few years. And with increased competition comes the need to spend exorbitant amounts of to market a game. One increasingly popular and successful alternative to stand out is incorporating licensed intellectual property into games. These are existing characters, stories, and brands that can elevate new and existing games with incremental revenue streams and audiences. With the rise of blockchain technology, discovering, contracting, and managing these IPs has never been easier. So for the gamers out there, microtransactions. Yay! Microtransactions. That is what this is. Putting IP into the games, things that you can go and buy in-game. That's right. So, some of y'all just started cringing. But that's what you get when you get the power of some of these NFTs. Let's read. Let's let this information tell you, not me. Benefits of licensing IP for game developers. Increased brand recognition. By incorporating well-known IPs into games, developers can leverage the existing fan base and recognition of that IP. For instance, a game featuring characters from a popular movie franchise instantly appeals to the movie fans, potentially boosting sales and downloads. Who did I just say was talking about NFTs and are also moving with a lot of popular movie characters? My bad, y'all. Reduce marketing costs, right? So, oh man, I'll paint that picture when we get done here. IPs come with their own established audience. This can mean less money and effort spent on marketing, as the IP itself serves as a powerful promotional tool. Higher revenue potential. Licensed IPs can command higher price points due to their perceived value, leading to increased revenue for developers. One solution to this problem is Spaceport, whose licensing technology allows you to find and close deals with top-tier IP that can take your games to the next level. So let's look at blockchain's role in IP licensing for games. We'll skip a little bit here. As game developers explore the world of IP licensing, the question of authenticity and rights management becomes crucial. This is where blockchain technology shines. Here we go. Streamline contracts for licensing. Most game developers aren't contract negotiation and enforcement experts. Blockchain smart contracts can automate and enforce the terms of a licensing agreement. Payments, royalties, and other teams can be automatically executed when certain conditions are met, reducing manual oversight and potential disputes. What are we talking about here? Right? Incorporating a contract. So every time somebody buys it, you get a payout. Right? We've looked at, for those of y'all who've been rocking with the channel and some of these communities for a while, right? We can talk about the Indigo Saint NFTs and ghostmarket.io, right? That Underdog introduced a lot of us to. So you can head on over to ghostmarket.io, right, and you can mint your own NFT and set a contract requirement for it and get residuals. That's what we're talking about here. You have the opportunity to do that before some of these game developers do it. I tell you what, I'm definitely, as soon as I get done with these classes, y'all, and time is ticking, I know it is, I'm gonna get me a couple NFTs minted so I can take advantage of this first push. I'm telling you. Integrated royalty payments. Blockchain can automate royalty payments to IP holders. All right, we just said that. As in-game purchases or sales are made, a predetermined percentage can be automatically sent to the IP owner's digital wallet, ensuring timely and accurate payments. Immutable provenance tracking. Blockchain provides a transparent and unchangeable ledger. Every transaction related to the IP can be recorded on the blockchain. Right? Be it a sale, a license agreement, or a renewal. This ensures all parties involved have a clear view of the IP's history and ownership. Every time it's sold, every time it's transferred. Right? Has the licensing agreement been broken? Did somebody copy it? With as much data as these NFTs are going to pack, if you try to black market somebody's NFT, they're going to be able to figure out who did it. Who initiated the black market copy. This is powerful stuff, y'all. That's the guts of what I wanted from this page. We're not going to read through this whole interview over here with the director of business development with Square Enix, but right, we talked a little bit about some of the possibilities that Square Enix has, especially recently working with Disney and on the Marvel games. We know that Disney's got VV cracking, right? Yeah, it's crazy, and with Vivi, they're already selling some X-Men NFTs and things of that nature. So they got all kinds of stuff going on over there in Vivi. So I wanted a little bit from this one here too, a case for interoperability. So this starts talking about one angle of use cases that Aleph actually resolves or solves or helps to solve. So I think this would be a pretty good page to read, and I think we got like one more after this. So again, the video's getting long, but I don't know about y'all, but this is great information. I think this is fantastic information to have. A lot of opportunity too, right? Depending on what you do, what you want to do, right? Not only for investing, but right, there's a lot of other stuff going on here. By the way, not financial advice, just bring you the news. A case for interoperability. Let me get some water. Interoperability is one of the most polarizing concepts in Web3. It conjures both excitement for gamers and anxiety for developers. We at One Earth Rising see a world of possibility ahead, with new avenues for gamers to discover games that can create unprecedented growth opportunities for the industry. Here, we review the landscape, the opportunities ahead, and why we believe developers can and should approach interoperability with open arms, right? Why should you develop things in an interoperable manner? This is kind of that arm twist for the developers, right? Interoperability defined. Interoperability is the ability to bring characters and assets from one game to another, and after ownership is one of the biggest promises of Web3 gaming. In practice, it is a complex challenge to implement, giving different game styles, engines, balancing issues, and most importantly, different development standards. Right? So some of those issues, right, come into play. We just talked about here, what did I say? Being able to bring characters and assets. Right? That's crazy important. We'll come back to that. Discovery is one of the game developers' most significant problems. Interoperability provides an alternative discovery path. As gamers collect new game assets, there's a logical path to discover other games to use those assets. Gamers will naturally want to see how a game asset looks in other compatible games. True. Similarly, when gamers share their assets, their friends will discover new games through this expanded ecosystem of game engagement. Each in-game asset becomes a powerful marketing tool for its origin game as the process of discovery and play unfolds. So, right, say you're playing a game and you see somebody pop in with a character you've never seen before. Wow, who is that character? Right, and then you go look up what that character is, who it is, what game it came from. Right, now you're getting introduced to other games. That's how this is being marketed to these developers in these game development studios. A path to interoperability. Part of the anxiety is because when developers hear interoperability, they think of the robust worlds, right, portrayed in Ready Player One and Snow Crash. And game developers aren't ready to realize that vision yet. Let us collaboratively chart a course to create great gaming experiences. Let us think about interoperability on a spectrum, starting with ownership and building robust interoperability in the future. Let each developer decide what and how much functionality they want to implement and when. Ownership is here. We are starting to see the next phase. Groups of game developers banding together and exploring interoperability with each other's games. This local interoperability draws from proven strategy of cross-promotion, right? Now think about Piccolo and oh dang it, man, I am so rusty. Piccolo and the other game, was it Shinja or Shibninja? But in short, they were talking about featuring the characters in each other's games, right? I don't know if that partnership is still a thing. We'll have to dive back into that at some point and see what's going on with some of those other projects that it was touching. But right, just an idea. And a bigger, right, a more popular one we'll get in a second. The comic industry has long capitalized on this cross-pollination strategy. So true. Building the popularity of superheroes with cameos and cross appearances. Can you say Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat literally just sold a whole game based off cameos. This is a strategy, or this strategy has helped propel comics to become a major driver of entertainment IP. Last year, 5 of the top 10 grossing movies started as comics and benefited from their respective universes. Let us, as an industry, use the same strategy. Call it the universification of video games. Right? One Earth Rising has developed a proprietary NFT called Ownable Game Assets, or OGAs, and its trademark. We'll probably start seeing more of it. That embeds all necessary information a game engine needs to read out and deploy a character in the game, right? So they have that ownable game asset, and it has with it everything that the game it would be ported to needs to know about it so they can work properly in that game. This enables true ownership, not relying on centralized servers for larger files and metadata. It also enables platform and local interoperability. Gamers game developers can use the same characters and move them across their partners' games. By way of example, here's Snoop's sandbox character in One Earth Rising's proof of concept game, Bunny Raiders. This works for every sandbox avatar collection in any game developer. So that's crazy, right? So imagine having like a superhero or a Captain America or a Black Panther or something in one game, and then being able to take them and put them into a totally different game, right? Taking that version of them that you have edited and scoped and put them into a completely different game, right? Now there's much more value in your asset and what it comes with it, right? And then that's being targeted to the gamer, as now you own that and you can sell all that, right? Those are some of the keys here, right? This is big, right? And remember, Aleph drove us to this information. So y'all know we got to read this page on the left, right? They was featured in here for their decentralized cloud solutions, and this is going to kind of tie the bow on it. Now, I've only read this through once before recording this, so bear with me. Centralized versus decentralized cloud, a comparative dive. Get some more water. In a centralized cloud infrastructure, all data and computational resources are housed and managed in a central location, typically owned by a single entity. This structure has inherent risks such as single points of failure, data breaches, and vendor lock-in. On the other hand, Aleph.IM operates on a decentralized model, distributing data and computational tasks across a network of independently operated nodes. For the gaming industry, this brings enhanced security and uptime, mitigating the risks associated with centralized systems. Aleph.IM also provides superior data sovereignty, allowing both developers and players greater control over their information. Right? So take a look at this quote here. Decentralized and programmable storage solutions like Aleph.IM give our game developers the flexibility in game logic that they are used to. I think there should have been a comma there. Without sacrificing transparency and trust. So look at where that's coming from, right? The blockchain tech lead at Ubisoft. Now, so often when we come to look at this project Aleph, right, a lot of times the view is how much Ubisoft means to Aleph. With this statement, with this comment that was made, this quote, we're starting to see how important Aleph is to Ubisoft. Right? Starting to see that work both ways. Leveling up game development with decentralized storage. Aleph.IM's decentralized storage technology offers developers a new alternative to traditional centralized storage solutions. By distributing data across a network of independent nodes, Aleph.IM enhances security and resilience, effectively eliminating single points of failure. This decentralized model ensures that sensitive player data and critical game assets are less vulnerable to data breaches or server outages. By leveraging Aleph.IM's decentralized infrastructure, developers aim to enhance the overall user experience, ensuring scalability, security, and efficient processing within the gaming ecosystem. Now, why that's so important, right? They're starting to talk a lot about single points of failure, scalability, security, right? That's all important because those are a lot of the talking points around this space right now, right? Everybody's getting hacked. Cybersecurity. So they got the interoperability, right? They're following the interoperability buzz, and now we're starting to, in the news, we're starting to hear a lot more about folks getting hacked, right? And so now you can see where this decentralized answer comes in there, right? Your decentralized solutions. We're decentralized, so it's a lot harder to hack us, right? Because we just shut down a node and move on. Or a lot harder to hurt us. We'll shut it down and move on. So Aleph is speaking to a lot of the discussions right now. That's important for some of y'all who like narratives. Aleph.IM's decentralized storage comprises over 70 nodes that securely store NFT metadata, tracking ownership across all integrated blockchains. MicroVMs by Aleph.IM generate secure metadata for these NFTs, including the names of current and previous owners, item descriptions, and attached videos showcasing the objects in action. Aleph.IM's technology has enabled the creation of dynamic NFTs, with evolving metadata as they transfer from one player to another, right? Because it's going to change. One player might get it and do some things to it and then send it to another player. Right now, everything following that NFT is a little bit different, right? On top of needing to track the previous ownership and all that information. These NFTs, representing unique in-game assets, introduce a new level of engagement and ownership for the players, allowing them to claim, use, and trade their in-game items on the secondary market, what we just talked about. Decentralized cloud, envisioning the next evolution in computing. In a bold move that challenges the status quo of cloud services, Aleph.IM is redefining the game for developers with its multifaceted, decentralized cloud offerings. Going far beyond simple storage, the network seamlessly integrates decentralized computing, lightweight micro VMs, VRF, and blockchain indexing, all while gearing up to add oracles and confidential VMs to our toolkit. Aleph.IM's approach is a game changer for those tired of relying on centralized servers, offering a robust arsenal against dreaded data breaches and annoying outages. We just got done talking about that on the other videos, right? Most was telling us, look, with this, we can remove that need for some of these centralized servers, right? We can have the owners, right, actually be able to have what's needed to run the game. Oh man, it just gave me a flash. That just gave me a flash. Oh man. Shout out to my guy Red Dad Blue Dad, man. That gave me a flash of right, the series Upload for some reason. But which, by the way, Upload's got a new season out. I plan on going to watch it and check it out. It's a little cheesy, y'all. It's a little cheesy, but it's there's a lot there. Pretty decent show. Right, and then so we're aiming to create a gaming landscape where players' decisions truly matter and their in-game assets evolve alongside them. Where players' decisions truly matter and their in-game assets evolve alongside them. Right, so then they got a little about down there for any of y'all who weren't familiar with the project. Aleph.IM's decentralized compute infrastructure consists of an incentivized network of nodes serving storage applications, including an IPFS pinning service, as well as resource compute using micro VMs. These services cater to elastic computing needs across multiple blockchain networks in both the gaming industry and DeFi since 2020. By integrating with Aleph.IM, developers can access decentralized databases, computing power, and file storage capabilities, ensuring their applications remain always operational. Right, so it's a little bit about that. So I believe that was the last article we wanted to catch from this magazine. Let's see what else was in here. Meet the Blockchain Game Alliance board members. So we got a co-founder of ReadyGG. If any of these stand out to you, great. Not a lot of them stand out to me. Oh, we got the head of BD. I assume that's business development at Square Enix. There's an article on him, right? Emphasis, I'm not familiar with that. Partnerships, Inverse.ai, Altura NFT, Sura Gaming, Last Resort, pretty sure that's a game. Quibbit Wallet, okay, so a wallet in there. Elite Games, probably another gaming studio. Across the Ages and Sequence. So Got to see a little bit of that there. And then, oh, here we go. This might have a couple more than we saw on the website. Maybe not. But man, y'all, when I see, oh man, where is it at? A couple stood out to me. Obviously, we saw, we know Ubisoft is there. Animoca Brands, I didn't know they were here. Honestly, Animoca Brands is a pretty popular name in the crypto space, but I am not totally familiar with what they got going on. But I know they are extremely popular in the crypto space. What else we got here? Just seeing a lot of big stuff. Again, AMD, we know that was here. Unstoppable. This is Unstoppable Domains, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Every time I look at this, somebody else stands out. This is crazy to me. What else we got here? Scale. I'm not sure why Scale is popping out to me right now. I must have read or saw Scale as a partner of somebody else. Meta Engine, Reality Metaverse, Bitwave, Consensus. You know it's big money there. Big money. Oh, Algorand. Come on. Yep, we already knew that. We saw that. Yeah, some of these I don't be catching on the first time through, man. I'll be having to come and do a double take. Horizon, we're starting to see Horizon, a lot of stuff. Go check out some of the initial Aleph videos. I think Horizon may have also been part of the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Lab at one point. And then Avegachi, actually, that's the one that was familiar. Avegachi was kind of funny because when we stumbled across that project, we had actually gone to look at, I think it was a plant project, actually. And we had went to look at that one and saw that it was going to a Vegas convention. And then we go look up information for that Vegas convention. And Avegachi like stole the show. Avegachi had so much more going on. What else we got there? I mean, as far as things that stand out to me right away, I think that's it, right? EOS, AWS for games, Square Enix, Sandbox. Right? Sandbox was important. Did I give y'all a little script story on that one again yet? Right? Aleph.IM partnered with who? Request Finance. Request Finance helped who? That's right, the Sandbox, figuring out payment issues. Go back and watch those videos, man. I'm trying to told y'all. And well, y'all, that is all I have for this video. Thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, hopefully the timestamps helped you out. You can chunk it out a little bit. But until next time, don't get shook. Stay focused.